Yeah, so you give 5% to Kickstarter, and then it varies between 3 to 5% depending on the credit cards that the user uses to actually engage the transaction. In that process, you'll have people who do not. I mean, not everybody has good credit cards and so on. There's plenty of failures, and it's kind of up to you to chase those people down. At the end of the day, 10% is a pretty good figure, but you're going to deal with that anywhere. Another thing to point out, just to say, like when you're on Kickstarter, people aren't locked into their amount that they pledge. They can cancel as well until the final date. That was actually a very big thing for us to deal with. There were some days where just as many people were canceling as coming in, where we saw just the dial wasn't moving, but the reality is that we had 10 to 15 people purchase that day, but also 10 to 15 cancel. That's, I think, a painful thing about the platform that should be not known beforehand. But the upside of that is that we didn't figure out international shipping until maybe 2 weeks in, because the product, the size of our product is large and annoying, and we didn't want it to be hundreds of dollars to ship for people. So we were talking with suppliers for that for a while, and we figured it out. And the ability for people to change their pledge allowed us for them to rebound their international shipping costs.
Can you restrict the market that you're targeting your product only for the United States or Canada or Europe or whatever that is? Or it is open?
It's open. The reality is that there's very few orders that come in from problematic areas. So the cost ends up being subsidized by the people from places that are not so expensive. So we found a middle point based on the supplier that we worked with that would allow us to. Because by 2 weeks in, we saw kind of the distribution of who was buying where and whatever. And we had some surprises. A lot of people bought our product from India, which we didn't expect that. But if you use somebody like DHL Global Mail, they hand it off to the postal service of that country, and it's pretty easy. And with the really problematic countries, you do it with something expensive, and so you can kind of slide that around pretty easily.
What is the traffic like on Kickstarter? So I know if you go on your website and put it up, probably very few people are going to see it, but if you go on Kickstarter, what's the traffic? I mean, are people on Kickstarter every day searching?
Did they give you statistics? Did they give you any metrics?
Yeah.
Oh. So I guess there's two questions. So one question is the traffic. So Kickstarter has supporters, that anyone that's supported Kickstarter is on their newsletter that they send out once a week. And then they have a blog where they write about different products. And then they also have curated pages. So different people or figures will have a curated page and they'll pick projects. And then Kickstarter also curates their own pages. So if you click on the design page, they'll have a project that they're featuring, and then we'll do pictures. There's different ways they push different products to the top, and how they notify people about projects. In terms of, there's.
Did they give you any kind of dashboard?
Yeah, so there are a lot of metrics. So you can see exactly where somebody came from to hit your page and to. So like, for example, we see exactly how many people got to our page from TechCrunch, exactly how many got from our website, exactly how many came from Facebook, and exactly how many came from a friend back email.
Can you see the profile of your buyers?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a question
What's
right
the
here.
percentage? How many
There's a question
came
right here.
directly from Kickstarter?
This question is not about Kickstarter. So you mentioned in the earlier part of the forum that